Shout out to last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing this video rather religiously or in passing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you will be notified when your boy go on live. You already know, man. Listen, man. Jesus died at age 33. That's 33 shots with twin Glocks. That's 16 apiece. That's 32, which means one of my gun is holding 17. 37 hit your crew, 6 winning in you. And listen, I probably said the lyrics all wrong and stuff like that, but it is what it is, man. Listen, it is cold out here. If you're in the tri-state area, it has been below 5 degrees. So make sure when you are out here, you're bundled up. You're bundled up and you're ready. You're ready to hit the road. You're ready for this winter. You're ready. You're ready for today. You know what I'm saying? You're just ready. You know what I mean? You don't want to be out here underdressed and everything like that. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you get ready. You know what I mean? If you ain't ready, hold up, man. Let me, you know what I mean? Hold up. Give me a second, bro. You know what I mean? I had to put the retouch on. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure. Let's talk a little bit about the Philadelphia Eagles, man, and what has happened over the past couple of weeks or maybe even days. So we end up hiring an offensive coordinator and Sean McMahon. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of experience at the quarterback position. He just recently retired in 2023. He was a pass game coordinator for the Green Bay Packers for the past 2 years. Now he's the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator. And in my opinion, I don't know if I like the hire. I don't know if I dislike the hire because he's not a proven commodity as far as being an offensive coordinator. He never called plays. Yo, what the hell is that noise, bro? Golly. All right, there we go. Yeah, he never called plays and stuff like that. So this is first time calling plays. You know what I mean? What I do know is that Malik Willis under his training has looked good for the past 2 years. A lot of people say that Jordan Love actually took a step back. So we don't know. You know what I mean? This could be another Kevin Patullo situation with somebody that never called plays, somebody that been around the game, been around the organization. I will say this, though. With Sean McMahon, he does have recent experience at the quarterback position, even if it's a backup. You know what I'm saying? Him being a backup, he do have recent experience at the quarterback position. So we'll see how it go, man. Then we got pass game coordinator John Gray. His name, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, pardon me. But a lot of people did their research on him. You know what I mean? I didn't do my research on him yet. I just listened to a lot of people, and from data that I collected on the internet, they was basically saying like, yo, he does a lot of motion. You know what I mean? For those who don't know what the motion is, a motion is basically moving the defense around, getting the defense off script. You know what I mean? He does a lot of motion. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of hitch routes. You know, it's a lot of creativity in this pass game. So that we do need. You know what I mean? So I want to say this in totality as a whole. I don't know how to feel about both offensive coordinator and the pass coordinator, but I do want to say this though, being the fact that, you know, they don't have a name right now, there can be an upside to both. And that's what I like. There can be an upside to both. I'm not going to be a biased Eagles fan and be like, oh, you know, it looked good. You know, everything is better than Kevin Patullo, He never called plays. Only based off of that can be an upside is that he had recent play in the NFL. He just retired in 2023. He transitioned Malik Willis to be, you know, a very good quarterback, and now he could possibly get $1 million contract, you know, millions of dollars in a contract. And so we'll have to see about that. You know, with the passing game coordinator, it seemed like, you know, that's on the upside too. With that being said, here goes. My bad, y'all, because this thing tweaked out. It tweaked out. My bad. I'm back on live. So, like I was saying, with Vic Fangio got offensive coordinator, He turned water into wine. That's what he did. He started moving pieces around. We did not know who Zach Bond was, right? Y'all remember, we had Devin White, who was supposed to be the starting linebacker. We did not know who Zach Bond was, right? Cooper DeJean wasn't starting at first. It was Cooper DeJean. He trusted Quinyon Mitchell to start. So it's a lot of pieces, right? And I could go on and on about the pieces. And for those who are Philadelphia Eagles fans, we already know about these pieces, right? But he turned water into wine. Without him, without his mind, we'll be lost. Honestly, I think that is a bigger problem than an offensive coordinator. Because at least, right, if we didn't find an offensive coordinator, at least the bare minimum, we could have depended on Nick Sirianni to call plays. That's just, you know what I mean? That right there is just the last resort. If we couldn't find an offensive coordinator, we had Nick Sirianni to call plays. That's just the last resort. At defensive coordinator, we don't have a last resort. If Vic Fangio leaves, we do not have a last resort. And that'll be the biggest problem of 2026 as far as the Philadelphia Eagles, if Vic Fangio leaves. I'm telling you. I pray and I hope that we could get one more year out of Vic Fangio. Just one more year. One more year. That's it. He's been in the league for a very long time. 20 years plus. And I don't even want to understate that. 25 years plus. He's been in the league for a very, very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen. So I understand him considering retirement. I understand that. But one more year. Because if we don't, put it like this, if he don't stay for one more year, if he retire, I'm telling you, we are in some sugar honey iced tea. We are in some sugar honey iced tea. I'm telling you. It'll be a bigger problem if we lose him than us trying to find an OC at the time. Like I said, Nick Sirianni, that was the last resort if we couldn't find an OC. That's something that we could have fell back on. If Vic Fangio leave, we can't fall back on nothing. I don't even know any good defensive coordinators that's out there right now that got a name. You know what I mean? I don't know. They already took our position coach and Christian Parker. Dallas Cowboys took him. Our cornerback coach, our DB coach. The Cowboys got him as a defensive coordinator, so it ain't like we could promote him to defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we could promote him. He's gone. Christian Parker is gone. You know what I mean? So we dealing with a lot of pressure right now. You know what I mean? And on top of that, right, you want to talk about pressure. If Vic Fangio leave, now you have to worry about everybody else leaving, right? Nakobe Dean is not guaranteed to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Azeez Ojulari is not guaranteed to be a Philadelphia Eagle. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is not guaranteed to be a Philadelphia. Marcus Epps is not guaranteed to return back to be a Philadelphia Eagle. John Dotson is not guaranteed to be a Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Reed Blankenship is not guaranteed to be a Philadelphia Eagle. And this is all going into 2026. He's not going to be a Philadelphia Eagle, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot at stake on the defensive side yet again. It's a lot at stake on the defensive side yet again. Lane Johnson might be considering retirement. You feel what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Eagles have found their way back at the beginning. But we're not starting from scratch, though, because we still have a great organization and we still are surrounded with a lot of talented players. So we're not starting from scratch, but we found ourselves starting from the beginning yet again. Yet again. You know what I'm saying? Yet again. We started, that's where we at right now. That's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Honestly, going in, listen, after the Super Bowl, it's scary hours. It's scary days. It's scary weeks after the Super Bowl. Because we don't know what's going to happen. You hear me? We don't know what's going to happen. Scary times. And that's what I'm saying. When the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, some content creators, when they start complaining, it's like, oh, y'all better enjoy these moments because we can start at 0 again. And I don't even want to say 0 because we do have a team. We can start at 1 again. We can start at 1. That's why you have to be careful with your words. You know? You have to be careful with your words. When it comes to certain players, when it comes to certain coaches, you have to be careful. Because we could easily go back into them dark times, them dark days when we wasn't winning nothing. And right now, we're starting at number 1. We're not at ground 0, but put it like this. We got the construction, we got the blueprint. We are on the construction site. There are beams that's up right now. Right? There's things in place, but we still have to create the building yet again. So we have the structure. Everything is up. The beams, the structure, the construction site, the blueprint. Everything is there. We know how the house needs to be built. But we still gotta go to work and build it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's that with the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Everything is pretty much up in the air. We don't know about the offensive coordinator. We don't know about the pass game coordinator. We don't know if Vic Fangio leaving or not. And if he do, we are doomed on the defensive side. We are about to give up a lot of good players. None of these players on the defensive side not guaranteed. A few players on the offensive side is not guaranteed. You know what I mean? Yet again, Jalen Hurts is on his 6th or 7th coordinator, play caller, pass game coordinator in his up-and-coming 7th year in the NFL. That's a lot. It's a lot on the quarterback, bro. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that he's built for it. I believe that Jalen Hurts is very coachable. I believe that, you know, a different play caller, it's like we had no choice but to go with a different play caller because Kevin Patullo wasn't it. So, you know, a fresh mind, fresh thoughts, fresh ideas is always good to actually have that in the building. We'll see how it go, man. But I just hope Vic Fangio just stay one more year, bro. We need him. I don't care. Let's bribe him with a $38 million contract. You a Commanders fan? Hey, shout out to you, bro. Make sure you subscribe. Everybody is welcome. Anybody from the NFC East are welcome. You are part of the hype fan community. We still are brotherly rivals, but you are a part of the hype fan community. Shout out to you, bro. Kayla, what's good? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? We need to bribe Vic Fangio with a $38 to $40 million contract. And we need to, hey, listen, 5 years, $350 million contract. That's what we need to do. I don't care. Spend your whole salary cap on Vic Fangio. I don't care. That's who we need. Spend your whole salary cap on Vic Fangio. Give him a multi-year, $350 million a year contract. That's what we need. Without him, we are doomed. D-O-O-M. Doomed. You know what I'm saying? There are certain people that's right now that is not replaceable, bro. And Vic Fangio is one of them. I disagree, Hype fan. Once A.J. Brown is gone and we draft or get a wide receiver in free agency, we'll be fine. But listen though. We won't be fine if Vic Fangio leave. You feel what I'm saying? We would not be fine if Vic Fangio end up retiring, bro. At that point, we're going to need A.J. Brown. I'm not going to lie. Listen, my whole theory on A.J. Brown, if we get rid of him, cool. I'm not mad at that. If we keep him, cool. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm there when it comes to A.J. Brown. I'm not one of these content creators. You know what I mean? No shade to LB or nobody, but I'm not one of these content creators that's out here saying, "Oh, we need him. He broke." You know what I mean? He broke Megatron record, and you know, he got the most yards in Eagles history. I'm not one of those. If we keep him, cool. If we don't, cool. You know what I mean? But I do know if we get rid of Vic Fangio, we are in a heap of trouble. We are in a heap of trouble, bro. You know what I mean? You think y'all hire a quarterback coach? Yeah, we hired a quarterback coach, bro. Do you like your coordinators? Like I said, I don't really have enough data to like my coordinators for real. I do know that there is an upside to the coordinators because, like I said, Sean McMahon, or however you pronounce his name, I do know that he just recently retired in 2023. So he had years of experience at the quarterback position, and he's young. That's somebody that's relatable or can be relatable to Jalen Hurts. The man is only 33 years old. The only thing that I don't know about him, or I can't fairly assess him, is that he never called plays, but he was a pass game coordinator. So he knows about an offense. It's just when it comes to situations, he never ran an offense. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I believe that we brought in an experienced pass game coordinator who got experience. And I believe those two will mesh. Not gonna lie. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, bro. Shout out to everybody who viewing this rather religiously on passing, especially if this is your first time in here. You are more than welcome. I don't care what team you're a fan of. You are a part of the Hype fan community, but you already know. Listen, it's birds first. First and foremost, it's always go birds. I'm letting y'all know that it's go birds. Through thick and thin. Through thick and thin, it's always go birds. Period. I heard we kept Vic Fangio. I don't know, like y'all gonna have to send me that report. The news that I got going through social media, you know, going through Twitter, Google, and you know, they say he was considering retirement. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to beg and scratch the floor for Vic Fangio. If it's anybody on that team that we need to beg to stay, it's him. We don't need to beg A.J. Brown to stay. Hell, if you want to go. Bye. 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 But the person we do need to beg is Vic Fangio. We need to beg Vic Fangio, bro. Shout out to my guy, Peter Walker, too. Check out EC1 Podcast. Oh, yeah, that's my guy. EC1, my guy, bro. I gotta hit him up, man. EC1 is my guy. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta hit him up. You know what I mean? We be DMing each other from time to time. You know what I mean? We been was supposed to work. You feel what I'm saying? Put it like this. I like guys like EC1 because he is not too bougie when it comes to this content stuff. You got certain guys that got a big fan base, right? But not big enough though, because it ain't like they all crazy on YouTube. But you got guys, and I don't want to say names, and I'm pretty sure you probably know who I'm talking about, right? You got certain guys that just don't want to work with lower tier content creators. And it's like, bro, we all in this together. You're not above the water. You know what I'm saying? You're not above the water. At the end of the day, we all content creators that got opinions on a team that we all love. You know what I mean? We all got different point of views. You know what I mean? So I believe that there are certain people in this content game that is gatekeeping the success, the success or the road to success on a YouTube when it comes to like a lower level content creator. Like, you can't be gatekeeping, bro. I feel like this. I don't care what level you on. I want to work with you. Like, let's build this community together. Let's build your community. Let's build my community. Let's mesh communities. We could all be a part of the Eagles content creator community. We could all share fan bases, bro, because everybody got difference in opinions, which is good. EC1 said Vic Fangio retirement is blown out of proportion. I don't know. I'm going to hit him up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to hit him up. Thanks for letting me know that. I'm going to hit him up and see what it is. I'm going to do my own research, and I'm going to hit him up and see what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I am willing to work with any and everybody, bro. You know what I mean? You just got to know football for real. I don't want to be talking with somebody that don't know football. You know what I mean? You got to know football. I ain't saying you got to be, a sports commentator that say all the ins and outs, but come on, man, you got to have common sense when it comes to this football stuff. And that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, bro. Shout out to Jordy. You know what I mean? Let me say, shout out to my guy, Peter Walker, first and foremost. Shout out to Jordy, man. Shout out to Kayla. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who was viewing this rather religiously on passing. More videos on the way. You feel what I'm saying? More videos, more news on the way. You know what I mean? Like I said, I did post a couple videos of my podcast on the channel. Let me know if y'all like it or not. Please, if y'all see any videos or clips of my podcast, just leave comments under there to let me know if y'all rocking with me or not. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep the channel rolling, trying to keep the page rolling and stuff like that. Let me know, man. And also, I'm going to start doing more videos from my studio. Just haven't had the time yet. You feel what I'm saying? But let me know, man. I think we could let go of AJ and let Darius Cooper take that spot. Honestly, I believe Darius Cooper is going to take wide receiver number 3. You know what I mean? We still got Johnny Wilson, who is coming off injury, but I think Darius Cooper is going to take that wide receiver number 3 spot in replacement of Jahan Dotson. That's my theory. It's going to be Smitty, AJ, Darius Cooper, or Johnny Wilson. That's my theory. That's my theory right there. That's not a bad theory neither. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, listen, shout out to everybody in this chat, man. You are